Good evening, everybody. I'm Kath Lloyd from Make the Change, and it's Wednesday evening and it's Let's Talk. And this evening it is about how to be selfish without being selfish. And I've got a lot that I want to talk about today. So I hope you don't mind, but I might just need to have a little check of my notes to make sure that I've got everything, that, I've told you everything that I want you to tell you. Okay. So, let's go. Right, now then, I'm not trying to be a guru here or anything, but most of you know what you want and what makes you happy. All right, you might not know quite how to get that because, get that happiness or get everything that you want because things get in the way. There are interruptions, but then that is why we need to talk about this sort of stuff. Okay, so here we go. The problem is that as soon as we are born, we are forced into engaging in social behaviour, social etiquette, aren't we? And one of those rules of engagement are don't be selfish. I know I was raised on that system of, nurturing others, be kind, be caring, take your roles and responsibilities seriously, put other people first, and that's great. And then once you've done all that, the world is your oyster. Unfortunately, there might not be much oyster left of you to be able to give to yourself when you have done everything that you have, brought up to believe that you need to do. Now, it's a balance, isn't it? And what, about being selfish or selfless. And it's about, but it's the balancing act, isn't it? How do you get what you want to get, but not mess up other people? How do you get the one without really messing up the other things for other people? And this is the balance that we're trying to do as we go through our life, as we go through our day, our week, our month, etc., etc. Now, yes, there are times when, we could be totally selfish. So that might be, for example, refusing to go to your kid's parents' evening because you just can't be bothered. About, say if your parents are rushed into hospital and not being bothered to go and see them. It's about, you're a friend of yours who's having a really, really tough time, and you don't just spend a few minutes just sending them a little message to say, hi, I am here for you. And this is all about, as well, this is all about also the balance of, these are the things that you want others to do for you as well. But there are going to be occasions when you need to put the brakes on and say, hang on a minute, I can only give so much, and this is a little bit of time for me now because I need to preserve myself. And the point here is that, when you're thirsty, you have a drink, don't you? When you cross the road, do you look left and right to make sure it's safe to do so? Do you go to sleep when you're tired so that you're refreshed for the next day? That is all self-preservation. Nobody else can do that for you. We can't expect people to hold our hands for us all of the time. We need to do that. And this is the other point as well, that you can be looking after your body, but it's about looking after your soul, isn't it? So it's about looking after what's going on in here so that you can then go on to help and support other people. So, it's being realistic, isn't it? It's about going, yes, I can do that for you, I can do that for you, I can do that for you, I can do that for you. And now I need to have a little bit of time for myself. So what can you do? you know, and it's really, really important to have those periods of times in your week, in your month, where you just want to go for a sauna, whether you go on your own or you take your friend or you take your partner with you, you know, or whether it's about going and having a game of golf. You know, this is all about enjoying life, because at the end of the day we only have one life and we've got to make the most of it, because, you know, nobody is going to stop you having the time that you need unless you allow them to do that. All right. And some people do that, and when we're caught up in all of our roles and responsibilities, we can quite easily lose track of it. And if we're not careful, everybody else can take control of the time that you have in your day, in your week, in your month. Your boss will take control, your kids will take control, perhaps your partner will take control, your parents, your friends, everybody will be organising you. And after a bit you'll be like, hang on, what about what I want? Everybody's doing, you know, organising me. You know, I need time for me. And, you know, this is when, you know, if we're not careful, we're having these arguments in our heads, you know, about, I should be doing that, but then how do I fulfill the other roles and responsibilities? And this is the balancing act that we're trying to do all of the time. And so this is what it means to be realistic. This is what it means to be authentic to yourself about your life. Okay, so I'm just turning the page here so that I know that I've got everything down here. The fact is, you cannot please everybody all of the time. Not even yourself, I'm afraid, because of all of the roles and responsibilities, you know, that we have to do. It's about working out why we are doing them, the benefits of doing them, and I'm not just talking about, you know, the benefits to you. This is about the benefits to other people. And, you know, sometimes we have to do things, you know, say at work, for example, when perhaps, you know, it's not, you know, the things that you do aren't appreciated as much as you would like them to be. But perhaps it is at times like that we have to, you know, step up a bit and put our thoughts across to whoever it is that isn't, you know, appreciating what we do. And again, this is about not being, you know, this isn't about being selfish. This is just saying, you know, hang on a minute, I've done all of this overtime. I haven't been given any extra pay or any time in lieu. And, you know, it is about voicing your opinion, and it is a matter of principle, isn't it? You know, other roles and responsibilities in our life, whether it's to do with our family, our friends, you know, these true, respectful members of the family and friends will understand, and they will respect the work and the effort that you are putting into looking after them, supporting them, helping to, I don't know, move house, whatever it is. And so, you know, it's all about looking after each other, and also about, you know, if you notice that somebody that you know or that, you know, you are close to isn't having some selfish time for themselves. You know, this is all about the sharing and the caring process, isn't it? You know, and it's finding a way of perhaps saying to them, how about having a little bit of time out? Maybe invite them to come and do something with you, or, you know, that they like to do, and saying, I know that you like to do this, and I don't, you know, I appreciate that you're busy, and, you know, I feel that you haven't done this for yourself lately. How about we go and do it together. And it might be that, you know, they don't want to go and do something on their own, and so having a friend to support them to do that is a really great way of helping somebody else to have a little bit of selfish time for them. So, you know, it isn't all about me. It's also about helping other people to have a little bit of selfish time for themselves as well. Okay. So, you know, you shouldn't feel a burden. You shouldn't feel as if you are being unfair to other people. Okay. And I know that sometimes it does, especially if you've spent a long time, you know, being selfless and always thinking about other people. It's a habit, you know, and it's about changing that habit. So of course it's going to feel a little bit strange and maybe a little bit uncomfortable. But the thing is to have a little go. You know, write down some of the things that you would like to do, you know, as a little bit of selfish time to help boost your life. Because at the end of the day, we're only on this earth once, and it's about making the most of it, isn't it? You know, for you, for your life, for your enjoyment, so that you don't have any regrets at the end of the day. And, you know, one of the things that I've put together to help people, you know, get that balanced mindset about what is realistic, you know, what is authentic, helping you get that calmer mind to live a better life is my top 10 tips to keeping yourself sane. You know, it's a free top 10 tips, so you know, make the most of it, use it, abuse it, so that you can have, you know, an enjoyable selfish time, you know, in your life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to the top 10 tips to keeping yourself sane. I'm going to write it at the bottom of the comment box, but it is on my website, which is kathloyd.co.uk, and it's in the little menu bar under courses, top 10 tips to keeping yourself sane. So thank you for joining me this evening. Have a lovely evening, have a great week, and I'll speak to you again next week. Bye bye now.